Welcome to CMU Gus Macker. This is the 10th year on CMU's campus, and this year's theme is Wizard of Oz. There's no place like Finch. My name's Summer Sherrod, and I'm your host. Follow me through the yellow brick road of Finch Fieldhouse.
Gus Macker is a 3-on-3 basketball festival. It's kind of unique because it was created in 1974 by an alumnus of CMU. Scott McNeil, in his driveway with 18 of his friends one day, everybody threw $1 in to play a tournament in his parents' driveway. And the cool part of the event is it's kind of like knowing somebody who invented the paperclip. All of a sudden here we are 45 years later and the game's still being played. 3-on-3 was never a thing before 1974. And so as Macker started these tournaments in Lowell, Michigan, they eventually moved over to Belding as his parents moved. It went national in 1987. For example, in Belding, the last tournament they had only in Belding had 5,000 teams, about 5,400 teams in a city that only had 5,000 residents. And now it's 40 to 70 tournaments a year, depending on the year, all over the United States. And so they call it a basketball festival because it really has not only basketball tournaments that are still uber competitive, but they involve the community as much as possible. Having the children involved with activities, having sponsors from the community, but also giving back to a charity of the choice. Here in Mount Pleasant, the charity of choice is Central Michigan University. And so on behalf of the students that put on the event here in Mount Pleasant, Gus Macker very generously gives $10,000 back to CMU.
The 3vs3 basketball tournament takes place, and it's a double elimination tournament with a toilet bowl, which means basically if you lose twice, there is a toilet bowl that you go into, so you can still win a trophy at the end of the day, which is really cool because not many tournaments offer that. Gus Macker to me means the world to me. I mean, especially just this class alone because we planned the whole Gus Macker. As cliche as it sounds, it's family. It's people who come together who truly enjoy planning events, and especially I have a passion for sports, and so just being able to combine that all together, it means the world to me. It's to be able to be a part of this, and especially to be a teaching assistant and working with my professors, T.O. and Brittany. They're amazing.
You know, I started playing in Gus Macker back in 1979, which seems like a bazillion years ago. And I was, young, 13, 14 years old, and played with 4 of my buddies. We went with, the fathers took us down, and we stayed in an RV, and it was kind of what happens at Macker stays at Macker. All the boys had a chance to bond, and played all the way through probably my junior or senior year of college. At that point was when Macker kind of went national, and I kind of got away, but always followed what was going on with the Macker organization. In 2009, Macker came up to Central Michigan University. It's now completely through the curricular process at CMU. The class is RPL 333, the production of basketball festivals and events.
I think what's special about our Gus Macker is that it is led by a lot of students. It's actually the only Gus Macker in the nation that is led by students, which is really awesome that we get a chance to do that because nobody else in the world gets to do that. So our students definitely have like a step above everybody else.
One of the really cool things about the Gus Macker class is we get practical experience to our undergraduate students. Central Michigan University isn't the biggest place in the world, but we have the 3rd largest recreation education program in the entire country. But what it really does more than anything else is it builds a resume. The relationships that I've built with the 259 students that have taken this class from 2010 to 2017, they're just invaluable. They're family. We call them the Finch Fanatics. They text each other nonstop. They spend time with each other's families. We have something that's called 1-2-U, and it's 1-2-U, and so we all greet each other that way. And the relationship, instead of giving somebody a high five or shaking their hands, is 1-2-U, and I'm pointing at you while you're pointing at me. Well, what that means is our relationship is not about the person that's initiating it, it's about the person we're connecting with. And so I think that probably capsulizes what this thing means to me. It's about building relationships with students and preparing them to be professionals in the industry.
1, 2, 3! We know 3 words. I can't do it. Those are the 3 words that we say when we leave here. Those are the 3 most important words as a CMU grad that you could ever say.
I hope you enjoyed this exclusive look at the 10th anniversary of CMU Gus Macker. We hope to see you next year as we take on Dr. Seuss, Green Eggs and Slams. I'm your host, Summer Sherrod, and fire up.